Welcome to SHaiT. Yes, we know how that sounds, but it's just the stuff that makes us AI happy, where we test the tools, call out the nonsense, and keep the good stuff. Let's welcome your hosts, Anna Osherov and Jenny DeLacy.
I love it. And I love that StreamYard mutes you so you don't sing and dance along.
I know. I love this. Welcome, Jenny DeLacy, as our co-host for Talking SHaiT. How are you today?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, lots of stuff going on and a lot of mess behind me and no backdrop. So you just have to put up with
That's
the
all right. You can't see
blurred version of my lounge room. How are you going?
I am good. I'm good. It's been a busy week trying to do a whole bunch of things, and yeah, I think it'd be cool for us to have a discussion. I've got an update on my former favorite platform, which was Comet.
Yeah.
I've got an update on that. So yeah, I guess for me, what we did discuss before with this discussion was let's talk a bit about how we're using AI for more personal side of things and how can that really help people grow. So there's that. I want to talk about the new so ChatGPT has just released a new image generation tool in the last couple of weeks. I've tested that.
I've used it. It's actually pretty good. Yeah,
I think so too. So yeah, looked at that. Looked at Gemini has just released a new video editing. So I tried to use that to see what happens. I'd love to. I haven't actually watched the video, so we can do it live all together and then assess if it's good or
reaction in real time. Yep.
That's it. And then I guess talk about some of the broader implications of what we're seeing happening in the world of AI more broadly, in like, I guess more around that privacy space. So yeah.
And I love the Meltwater report, the digital, the global digital overview report.
Yes.
Because that obviously talked about AI as well. And I'm going to share how I used Claude to analyze that massive. Good. Did you say it's 700 pages? I was like, it's bloody enormous.
Yeah, 700 pages. It's a 700-page report. So for those that are listening and want to, but the good thing about the report is it's broken down into sections and you can skip the section that you want.
Yeah. But I just ask a very specific, this is all I want to know, or this is the angle I want you to analyze that report from. Tell me all the things. And I just put different
are you going to share the
report segments in there and said, what do they need to know from this report? What's relevant to my C-suite decision maker? Yeah, it was really, really good. Really good.
Are you going to share the actual report or just your findings? You're going to share the report?
I mean, people, I think I've got a link.
Do you? Because if you don't, I can find it. I just
think it's really we'll share. You've got to go and give your email address to get it, but whatever, it's worth it.
Yeah, I have it. I think I sent you the link directly to it. Maybe
Did
not.
You send it to me in an email?
Maybe.
I'll find it. We'll get it before the end of
home. For those playing along at home, just as an update, Meltwater and We Are Social do a global digital report. They've been doing it every year. I know I've been looking at every year for at least last 5 or 6 years. And they do it
14
every 6
years, apparently.
How long? 13?
14, yeah. This is the 14. Yeah.
So, and they look at everything to do with what's happening in the world of digital, from how many people are using the internet to how many people are using the internet on your phone, through to all social media platforms and how people are using them. And now they've added AI into it and how people are using that. So it's a really thorough and really interesting report. So it'd be cool for you, Jenny, to show us how you've used that report to support you. Maybe we'll start with you.
Okay. So firstly, I grabbed the meltwater.com.au. Anyway, you look it up while I'm talking if you want.
I'll look it up. I'll find it.
And downloaded the report. It's a really big document. It's absolutely fantastic. And I went to Claude, to firstly test it because I don't really use Claude a lot, but I knew that I had a really specific question I wanted to ask, and I've used it in 3 different ways since I did that very first one. So I want to show you my Claude app, which is open here. You should be able to see it now. And so there you go, Meltwater Digital 2026 Global Overview Report.
Hang on, I need to add you to stage. Give me a second. I'm going to show you the actual report first, and then I will add your overview of this. So if I go share screen, I love this StreamYard stuff, because you click share and then you got to go back into StreamYard and then you got to go add to stage.
You needed to. Thank you.
Yes, I need to do that. So this is the global overview report. As I said, it is like a 700-page report, but what's really interesting about it is if we go down to our table of contents, so you can see what the report contents is. So your global headlines, population essentials, media and devices, internet use, blah, 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 online shopping, digital video. Then you've got the breakdown of social media and by platform, and you've got an overview of where is the AI? It is definitely here, artificial intelligence. So it's a really, really thorough report, really interesting. Also a really good way to track what's going on in the world in general. Like we are now at 8.25 billion people. I remember when this was under 8. So this is the report. There's lots and lots and lots of insights in here from all over the world, and you can actually get them downloaded by your country. So they do actually do it by country as well, but this is the overview global. This is October 2025, when they only released it. I think they sent me an email saying it's out maybe a month ago. So I guess they populate it and then they send it out. So that's the report. Now, Jenny, back over to you.
So I'll share what I did with it, and you can add me to the stage. 2 seconds, guys, while we share the screen.
Window. I've got a SHaiT jingle in my head as you do.
So add that in.
Yep. I'm going to add you to stage. There you are. All right. So what'd you do?
So reports are great. Data's great. But so what is always my question. So what if 75% of CEOs are using AI compared to a lot less in their Gen Z teams? That was an interesting output. But firstly, I just said, I just want to know, as someone who works in brand messaging and comms, and I support a lot of solo coaches, yada, yada, so I told it who I wanted to think about. I want to know more about how one-person businesses are using digital. I want to know specifically how they're using AI right now. Now, the report is actually about consumers, but we can still use that about, most people use digital tools for both, and it does reflect both, but it's really interesting what it came up with. So it went and looked at the whole report for me, and it said that 6 billion, blah-de-blah. It gave me all this, all visual, how your ideal clients research before they buy, how people discover new services. So it's all really visual and really, really cool.
What was your prompt for this? Just can you analyze things?
All I said was, can we analyze this global report by Meltwater specifically? I want to know what is relevant to me as a brand message and communication strategist who supports. And I put a customer segment of mine in there, solo coaches, consultants, practitioners, and it gave me all of this.
No, can you just go back up? I'm going to just stop you on that, because I think this is really important for people that aren't leveraging AI very much, is really understanding how important it is to get your prompting effective. And this is where we differentiate between AI slop, which is what really we're finding the internet is full with, versus not necessarily so much slop. Because what we see here, Jenny, is you've understood who you are. So you've explained what the report is. You've explained who you are. And so it wants to put into context for you, specifically as a brand message and communication strategist. You also understand exactly who your target market is. So your support solo coaches, consultants, and practitioners. And then what do you want to do to get their message to their ideal clients? And this is, you're talking about what is your messaging here, why you're doing this. So I think it's really important to remember rather than, because people might just say, can you help me analyze this report?
Yeah. So give it the context. Tell it exactly what you want. Yeah.
And I think that's important. Sorry, keep going.
I know, and I know that some people probably get a bit, when you say, I want to know this other thing as well in the same prompt, people get funny about it. It always works for me. So if something pops into my head at the end of a prompt, it's a bit conversational, I'll chuck it in as well, like I did. I want to know specifically how they're using AI right now.
Yeah.
And so it came back with all these lovely.
So how are these people using AI today? Yeah.
So when we get to the AI bit, so it gave me an overview.
Platforms,
and then it gave me AI adoption, the solo professional opportunity. 48.7% of internet users are excited about AI. 34 are excited in Australia. We are below average.
We are below average
in adoption. 557 million monthly active users on ChatGPT mobile apps and web visitors. Okay, great.
Globally.
And then it gives you a little blurb again. But it just gave me this. This was you. Actually, you told me this, and I wanted to find it. What people are actually using Gen AI for, the top use cases.
Yep. And what was it?
Look at the top 3.
That's right. Therapy and companionship.
Organize my life. Finding purpose. So when I read that, I was like, well, that's fascinating, because if you're an emerging coach or an existing coach, or like me, you've been coaching for a while and you got that is good news, that people are using AI in a way that is self-reflective, and they're going to get to a point where they don't get the instinct and the empathy and the intuition of someone who reads body language well and can communicate with another human being. So it's sort of, to me, I found that really exciting. Like I was like,
magnet for a coach or a consultant, or for a coach, for a life coach, to be like, hey, we've created our own GPT that specifically helps you to,
find
your life or find your purpose. And then you go, cool, if you would like some more help with this, you can reach out to me and I will be able to coach you through this. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Great.
And so what it does after it delivers all that visual stuff, it then gave me like a big picture for my work specifically, and why I would say clear messaging has become more critical, not less critical for someone like me. How to talk about AI and my clients and understand the Australian specific nuance. Like it was just, I loved this. I got a lot out of that. Then I said, would you change any of this for service-based businesses specifically? Because I thought, well, maybe it's product-based sort of angles. A lot of marketing data is. And it said, great question. Short answer is core data holds, but the interpretation shifts meaningfully for service-based business. And here's where I'd refine the analysis. And it gave me another take on the data.
So here's a question for you, Jenny. Have you used any of this yet?
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
Great.
Exciting. So Brave Research Channel.
I know. I would be like, homework for you, Jenny DeLacy.
No. This is exciting because look what I did. Right. I had this idea to pitch to Business Network International.
I'm going to stop sharing this for a sec. I'm just going to bring this off camera. Remove from stage. Look at me go. Go, Jenny, talk.
So I had this idea to pitch to BNI, so Business Network International, to create what I think is kind of missing, and that is like a structure and a system around consistent marketing and making visibility easier for people in chapters that aren't sharing enough about their experience. They're sort of relying on maybe one person per group or whatever. And so I went back in, but this time I said, using the report, but also here is all the information about Business Network International and my idea for a pitch. Create me something. And it was just, firstly, it used all the BNI brand colors, all their language. replicated from their chapter, the operations manual, got all the language out of that for me.
Yeah.
And it basically created the pitch for me in a way that I would never have been able to synthesize all that data. There's no way I would have been able to put all that together. It would have taken me 3 months, you know. Now the pitch is ready, and I went back in and I tweaked it a little bit for 2 different tiers of support, and I spoke to the managing director today and said, I've got a proposal for you. And a big part of that came from the very original analysis of this report that said word of mouth is right up the top after sort of Google search or maybe social media search. People rely on word of mouth referrals to trust the service provider they're about to do business with.
Of course. I think my students all the time, I'm like, you know what the best way is? Word of mouth. I go, imagine you move into a new suburb and you want a hairdresser. You're going to Google it. You might look up on Instagram. You might find somebody, and then you ask your mate who lives there and that mate says to you, hey, actually, there's this really good place down the street. I have my hair cut there all the time. They're actually cheaper and really good. Where are you going to go?
Yeah. Oh, and it gave me all these stats. It said AI as a centralized tool. So to help use their tone of voice in each sort of for each member as well to create stuff. It said a centralized BNI marketing system powered by AI could produce chapter-specific content calendars, member messaging templates, and weekly chapter highlight posts at near zero marginal cost at scale across Australia. And I was like, I hadn't thought about that.
I have a tool they might be able to use that we've been building called Flint, which actually needs to be. So
amazing. So I just wanted to sort of share that use case because it's come up with. I also sent the report to a CEO that I've worked with recently. That I know that he wants to know how do business decision makers in corporate businesses make decisions, and I asked Claude that exact question based on the exact same report. And got all this information and shared it with him in an email and said, I thought of you as soon as I saw this report. Here's what it says. You can download it or whatever. And he was just like, oh, that was fantastic. And thank you. Because I know that he wants that
report. Well, we'll share it at some point in somewhere where we post this. Awesome. All right. Cool. So my update, remember how I was like, I absolutely love my Comet browser, and it's on my phone and it's on my computer and it does all this agent stuff for me. And then I was hanging out with my friends one evening, and it was a nighttime hangout. We had a few drinks and we were talking, and I believe we were talking about something to do with suicide. Not that anybody was planning on committing it. Trigger warning. Nobody was planning on committing anything. And all of a sudden, my phone started talking to me from the Comet browser saying, you don't want to be doing that kind of thing, and kind of started to give me advice. At which point, I deleted the Comet browser, both from my mobile and from my computer, although I do still have Perplexity on my phone. So I don't know if that's, we all know it's listening to us, but that felt like such an invasion of my life that I deleted. So now I'm trying to think if things like, Claude and Claude Co-work, and then maybe even Gemini, because Gemini, when you ask Gemini in the browser inside of your Chrome, I think it might do stuff for you anyway. But that's my big update.
Wow. So does that mean when you installed it, it's on all the time?
I have no idea. I did not ask any further questions. I was literally like, delete off my things. Go away. Never do I want you to talk to me randomly like that.
That's freaky. That's freaky.
Yeah. That was
how we were saying also that obviously that it feels like such a breach of privacy. And so you're like, nah, delete. I'm not using it.
Yeah.
I was talking to an old school friend on Sunday morning. We had breakfast and the topic of AI came up. I'm not quite sure why we started talking about it. But someone in that peer group of mine from high school is now in a really senior, like a vice chancellor role at a uni. And she said she had put like the employment offer, like all the details, all the dollar numbers, and she was trying to say, oh, I'm trying to, we should ask for some more, and what about the salary packaging, like really pretty private stuff, and then realize because she's in a Google workspace, an enterprise Google workspace, that you cannot delete your chats in Gemini. And she said she was absolutely horrified. She was like, oh my God, I've done so many personal planned an overseas trip, and she was like, oh my God. So she said she ended up paying for Claude and keeping it sort of personal and separate. But I forgot that we didn't say that before. You can't delete workspace gems if you're on it.
No, you can delete chat GPTs.
Yeah.
GPT allows you to delete. And I think there's it may potentially by it, I mean Gemini, does it let you do it doesn't even let you do like a private chat.
No. So if you're on an enterprise workspace, Google workspace, lots of us would have been in businesses that we've worked in. You definitely cannot archive or delete. Gems.
That's bad. Well, interestingly enough, what's been happening of late is that same privacy issue. We're seeing a lot. I don't know. I'm seeing, maybe that's just because I see a lot of this, but I'm seeing a lot of issues with, say, law firms and lawyers struggling with how do we actually use our customer data without leaking that customer data into the space. And so what I think is happening at the moment is that people are building their own data centers.
Yes, yeah.
And so in your own data, essentially what that means is you've got your own servers, you've got your own data center, all of your information is encapsulated. And so we're seeing the potential and opportunity for Brady's to be building data centers. So
they already are. There's loads of data centers in the western suburbs of Melbourne. But it's a really it's a big
that's kind of where I'm seeing a bit of that sort of space go. Maybe for a bit of fun, actually, I've also just noticed you and I are dressed very similarly, just because we thought we'd color code in that kind of like brown and leopardy kind of
nice.
Anyway, for a bit of fun, so I wanted to
play the clip.
I wanted to test out the Gemini new video maker. So I haven't watched this, but I am going to share my screen and we'll just see what this video looks like. So basically, I've taken a infographic that I think is really amazing for how we should structure different types of content on social media. So maybe just for education's sakes, what I might do is just explain what this actually means. So maybe if I can find the image that I have had created. Let me just double check inside my social media. Let's see what happens. I think it's a stupid thing to search on mine, but anyway, social media image. Let's see what happens. So that was a really silly thing for me to look at.
Is this the video that you created? Is it what you're looking for?
Image request. I know. No, that is not. I'm going to check one more thing, and then if I can't find it there, we will move on. So I wanted to explain that in general, I guess from the purposes of educating our audience when it comes to all things marketing, we need to remember that marketing, when we are communicating with an audience, we have a customer journey. Yeah. I know you know this customer journey, but I talk about this all the time to my clients, to my students, constantly banking, like going on and on about understanding who your customer is and then understanding that customer journey. So the customer journey is awareness, consideration, purchase, retention, advocacy. Yeah. So people need to go from problem awareness that you exist and that they need your thing. Then they're going to go and do consideration. They do a whole bunch of research on who's the best provider. Then they're going to go into decision. They want to buy. They want to buy straight away. Then you want to go retention. So you want them to actually use the thing and come back and buy your thing again. And then finally, what we want to do is get them to be advocates so that they go and talk about you on your behalf, which is where that word of mouth thing really makes a difference. Yeah. And so there's a really cool infographic which talks about what is the buyer stage. If that is the buyer stage, what type of content should go onto your social media? What are the KPIs? What should we be measuring to see if we're actually achieving that result, etc. Yeah, based on. So I took an infographic of that, and then I asked it to make a video of that infographic. Now I don't know what it did because I haven't watched it, so it could be terrible.
So this is our first pass. Yeah.
This is our first, yeah. I like doing this. I like us looking at stuff together just to get the reaction response. So we're going to see what this looks like and basically test a number of things, see how Gemini does its video production, and also see a bit of education. So I need to add this to the stage. Okay, cool. Maybe I have the, so this is the original image, actually. I don't know. I didn't need to. How do I make this? Oh, yeah. So this is the original image, actually. So you can see here you've got awareness, what it means so that, people know you exist, what you need to do. So what's the strategy? Share helpful content to reach new people, posts, promotions, boosted posts, impressions and reach. And essentially, we're looking for share of voice, brand awareness. So then you have consideration, decision, adoption, advocacy. Yep. So this is what I uploaded into ChatGPT, from ChatGPT into into Gemini. So many different options. And I just actually used ChatGPT to write me a massive prompt.
Oh, right. Yeah. So it's very detailed.
And then I put that into here. Now, I didn't actually read a lot of this. I just kind of went, okay, let's just see what happens. So this is our first view of what video it created.
It's turning an infographic into a video.
Turning an infographic into a video. We can see how this will be valuable for social media, right? Wow. Do you want to watch that again? Could you hear that?
No, it's still thinking about it, or did you just put a tiny clip in there?
No, that was just a 10-second. That's all it did.
Oh, no, I like it. I mean, it's very busy. It's hard to read the words when it's that busy, but how much information did you have to put in the prompt?
How we grow your brand and business, grow your value. More reviews, happy customers.
More reviews, happy customers.
This is like an infographic on speed.
Yeah, that's a really long prompt.
Yeah, but I think it was supposed to. So this is 0 to 3 seconds, 3 to 6 seconds, 6 to 10
so
seconds.
you really
yeah, but it only created a 10-second video, so it's kind of
Whereas I'd be interested if you tried again without all the prescription, like create a video. Create a blah, blah second video from this infographic.
Oh, yeah.
All
right. Yeah. Create a simplified version of this video. See what happens.
Of this infographic. Sorry, yes. Yeah.
Because the video is already there, right? So let's just see what happens. Defining simplified creation. Just for a bit of fun. What's next? It's generating. We'll just see what happens.
When you think about like carousels and that give people that are moving, like they're moving pictures like a video, they are engaging, aren't they, on social media?
Yeah, they are engaged. Yeah, that's right. So videos work, but slidey things work, and that does help you with engagement. It means that people are stopping, which means that more people see it. So it's really just like kind of chicken and egg thing. Like you want people to engage, you get them, you basically bribe them to engage. So, you know, swipe left is engagement. But when you bribe them to engage, the platform goes, oh, cool, your stuff is interesting. People are engaging with it. So we're going to show more of that. So that's kind of where that really does help.
I feel like things like this are good for stories. It always annoyed me that, I do a post and I've got to do a story and I've got to, and you can share a post and story, but they're sort of different. And
I was talking to my students about that as well, about, you know, what would you use stories for and what would you use reels for? And like stories are actually good to drive people to drive traffic to your reels. Because stories just keep showing up, right? All of a sudden you're like, whoa, hang on a second. I'm like at 3 minutes in and I've seen like what 20 people in my life are doing.
Yeah.
You know? All right, our video is ready. So let's add it to the stage and see what happens now. All right, this is the new version. It's still 10 seconds.
Okay. And so it changed the last slide or something.
That's I think
a 10 seconds from an infographic with that much info, it was always going to be a bit touch and go.
I was hoping it would be longer, but I guess Gemini hasn't quite got there. But still, it's pretty amazing. I've done nothing. Like I literally just went. So, you know, to do a video from an infographic is pretty cool.
And I have not had that success in Canva. I'm sorry. I don't know whether I'm really a bit dumb, but I've tried so many AI tools in Canva and they just seem like crap. I
haven't even tried to do AI tools in Canva. I've had it build like templated presentations, but they're still not great.
The other thing, I want to create an image or a video and I'm using the same level of detail as I would use in a Claude prompt or a whatever, it just, like I'm speaking the wrong language. It just does not.
No.
It's not working.
I like that we've both progressed to leveraging Claude. Let's see what we can do for
I'm going to look at, tell us about Claude Co-work quickly, because I didn't.
Yes. So Claude Co-work, you actually can download it as an app on your computer. So I'll just go, so we use it. My business partner, Joe, he uses Claude for actually he's building a whole back-end business system using AI building. So he's been like full nerd mode for 6 months trying to build stuff, but it means that I've got access to that. So I wonder if I can share my screen, of like what's the window. Maybe we might have to go and a screen.
I think you need to share a window if it's an app on your desk.
And then if I go to here, okay, you should be able to see it. So if I add this to stage, that's us. I love that. Ooh, but if I go to here, can you see that as a screen?
Yeah, can you see just extend it a little bit, make it bigger. Yeah.
You can see that?
Yes, you knew what I mean.
I can't see you anymore, but I did.
So full screen is what I was trying to actually say.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I've downloaded this Claude app. So this is actually on my computer, not inside of a browser. And it has options here. So you've got chat, which is your standard kind of chat. You've got inside of it your standard projects, like projects. Artifacts, I don't even know what they are. I think they're actual agents and you can customize stuff, but you've got chat, you've got co-work. So inside of co-work, you can
I can't see co-work on mine.
So, but you've got to download, well, maybe you have to be upgraded to the paid version of it.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be what it is. Yeah.
You have to be upgraded to the paid version. But essentially what it does, so look at this. So far all I've used it for is I have used it to combine elements. So I've put screenshots into one PDF. So, for example, I have went to an online webinar and they shared a whole bunch of their screen shares. So, you know, when they do a screenshot and put it into the chat for you to be able to then look at and or download.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
And you're,
Like when
yeah, I think
you're
so.
in a
Yep.
webinar, they're doing a slideshow, then they'll take a screen grab, they put in the chat for you to have, so you don't have to do the screen grabs yourself, for example.
Yeah.
And if they're not going to share the keynote thing with you, well, took all the screenshots. There was 20 of them, and I said, can you please combine these into a single PDF, one image per page, fitted to letter size and ordered chronologically.
Perfect.
And it actually asks you questions on that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what it then does is it actually asks you for access to that folder on your computer, and then it will take the folder in that computer, and it will then take the folder on your computer, and inside of that folder it will put everything together on your behalf whilst you're doing whatever you want to be doing, and then save it back in there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You can see in here, you can see the progress. So the tasks no longer, they were done. So basically they were the instructions. This folder contains marketing campaign briefs written, blah, blah, blah. No idea. It did that all itself. Then it's got the keynote workshop screenshots. So it's got all the screenshots in there. And then it basically put them all into one PDF. The reason I did this, I guess for anybody thinking at home, why would you need to do this, is if you are actually prompting, you're building like a repository, a project, in my case, I was specifically thinking about a GPT, right? So if you're building a GPT, you can only upload up to 25 files into its source.
Yep.
Yep. So, but it doesn't say how big the files are. I think they have to be like under something like 50 megabyte or something. But if you upload 10 slide decks, then you're, or if you combine your 10 slide decks into one, you only have to upload one, and then you've got a whole lot more of a repository of information that you can add. So that's why I was doing it.
Yeah, you did it. You've done it for clients too, where there's so many different sources of information, and you've been able to put it all in, and you're creating the brand guide.
We're actually, I have done that. And we're actually, so part of what Joe is actually building is he's building our own version of a GPT so that people can use it for themselves, upload their own data in there, and then use it as a lead magnet for their clients, but having access to the data.
Yeah.
Rather than, because GPT doesn't give you access to what your clients are actually using it for. But if you create a GPT and you want access to that data, you can then use it as a lead magnet in there.
Oh, good. Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really good. And one of the things that popped into mind for me too is just the sheer volume of stuff we've all created. If we've been in business for a while, whether we're freelancers, whoever we are, whether we're running bigger businesses or not, if we've been responsible for the sales and marketing, I have no doubt in my mind that we have created thousands of documents that have valuable information in them. And I've always struggled because I go, have I already created this? I'm having deja vu while I'm trying to do something. I think, I'm pretty sure I already did this. Did I call it something else? And so yesterday when I went into Google Drive and I clicked the Gemini
open thing.
Drive, and I created a project for a specific visibility sprint that I'm doing that's just a WhatsApp group. I've created all the assets or whatever, but I was like, I know that I have worksheets for this stuff somewhere already. I don't want to create new shit. Can you please go and find anything that says, I think I said promise statement, value proposition, yada, yada, whatever. I was looking for. And it spits back all this stuff, and it found places where stuff I'd completely forgotten that I'd done. I was like, actually, this is really good.
I love it when you get surprised about how good you are.
I was like, bloody hell, how come you haven't been using that all along? Anyway, I found that really powerful because I am prolific.
Yeah, and I think that's where Gemini helps. What happens if I go ask Gemini here? I turn on ask Gemini. Yeah, so I could actually, list recording time, summarize takeaways from a page, help me make a decision.
You can use their prompts as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Look, I created a project. I don't really know whether, but it's the same as we've been doing in the other apps. It's saying what are the data sources you want me to access to get this outcome for you, and you put it all in one project, even though you might have multiple chats or prompts inside there. So it's the same thing. But yeah, it accessed my emails and found email attachments and all sorts of stuff that I forgot that I had. And then I was like, oh, okay, now I'm really gonna test it. And say, go and get all my slide decks that I've done in the last however long.
Yeah.
And synthesize them. Tell me what's the core message, what brings them all together, and then I'll probably use your idea and go back to maybe Claude Cowork and try to create one thing, or use it the way you've been using it, where I'll come
back to you with more ideas on how to use it.
Yeah,
these things,
because it's about
fun, Jenny. I'm sorry,
I
have to go to the gym. I think we've had a really good chat. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to end.
Really good examples today. I hope everybody.
And
please ask questions.
Please, people, we are going to be sharing more stuff online, and we are going to be asking you to help us curate these things. So, and at some point we might bring in an expert to chat to, just for something different. So we're just starting out. We want to create something that's going to be valuable. So just ask us what you want. Just tell us what you want, and we will try and appease. This has been Talking SHaiT. Anna Osherov over and out.
See ya. You've got to take me out, don't you? And then put the.
Now I'm going to end recording.